All right, thank you again for coming out to the Lunch and Learn today and looking to learn different tactics and strategies for generating leads that convert at a high level, right? Jonathan and I have been in coaching. I've been in 4.5 years, probably 3.5 or so for him. One of the main things that we do is we track leads. So every lead that comes in gets tracked. We know who sent it over to us, and we keep track of, you know, if it comes from a realtor, if it comes from a past client, a current client, some kind of an advertisement or something. And then we also track how that converts. And in our world, that is, did we pull credit? So it doesn't matter if they have I mean, it does matter if they have a 450, but it does, you know, for conversion's sake, it doesn't matter what their credit score is. It's just that we, you know, got their information, we pulled credit. So I'll be teaching you all, you know, that. But the reason why one of the reasons why we track all of that is that we can see the conversion percentages from the different sources of leads, and we know from this what leads convert and which leads don't. And so today, I really want to talk about strategies and tactics to, you know, not only identify where your great leads are coming from, but also how to generate leads from those sources. So, you know, I really think that we're living in a land of opportunity right now. You know, I know that there's always challenges, and over the last, you know, year or so, there's probably been more than our share of challenges here in America. But you know, think about it. Houses right now are selling for top dollar. So you can have that conversation, you know, Mr. and Mrs. potential seller. It's just supply and demand, right? You know, there is not enough inventory for the people that are looking to buy. You will get top dollar for your house. In fact, in some areas, you know, people are having to pay above appraised value for houses because they're just going up so fast that the appraisers can't keep up. You know, appraisers are looking at what happened in the last 6 months, and every 30 days things are moving up. You know, so they're having challenges there. Now, what about a buyer? Why would a buyer want to buy a house in the middle of an extreme seller's market like we've probably never seen, and maybe we'll never see, you know, again? Because right now we're at all-time historic lows in interest rates. Over 2020, there were 16 all-time lows of interest rates. So, you know, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to hit 16 here in 2021, but it does mean that, you know, our children's children may never see rates as low as what we're seeing right now. And obviously, lower rates increases purchasing power, so you can get more house for the same amount of money every month. So everybody should be talking about real estate, not just real estate professionals like yourself, but everybody out there ought to be thinking about, you know, their house or what they want to do or their plans. And so you have a great opportunity, I think, in this current culture to have some great conversations with people. So we just need to take advantage of the opportunity. And I wanted to share with you a proven strategy that comes from the coaching company that we coach with. They coach lenders, they coach realtors. Their realtor coaches are netting, you know, not their gross, but their net income is over $1 million a year. So that, you know, these are the things that they do to build their business, and it works wherever you are in America. So the first, I want to identify some groups to be working, right? The first one is your VIPs. Everybody should have a list of top influencing people that you know and that you're in relationship with. Okay, you may not have helped them sell a house, you may not have helped them buy a house, but they're people that know other people and that are influencers. So ways to connect with people like this would be things like Chamber of Commerce meetings, some of the social clubs, some charities you can be involved in. And a little secret, a great opportunity is that a lot of those places now are virtual, right? You can do some of those meetings on Zoom, and so you're not having to spend 3 hours of your day, you know, going to lunch and trying to figure out who you want to talk to. You can go and you can, you know, it kind of compresses everything, and you can identify those people, hey, that, you know, that are kind of like me, that, that I would like to get in touch with that know other people. So you're looking for those influencers in the community, and you're wanting to call them, at least once a month, right? So if you get a list of 50 of those types of influencers and you call 12 to 13 a week, you're touching base with them once a month, okay? And so you can look at talk about their family, talk about how are things going on in the job. What kind of things do they do when they're not working? What are their dreams and goals? Now, some of these people are probably like some of us here, and we just want the bullet points, right? So you might not be like a really super long conversation. It might just be, hey, I was just calling to touch base, and it's been a little bit since we talked. I just wanted to reach out. And you want to find a problem and solve it for them. Okay, so they might be looking to hire some people. They might be looking to bring some people in from other places. A lot of companies right now don't have a relocation department, so you could fill that role for a small to mid-sized company that maybe can't afford to do a whole lot of that. You could fill that role for them. Okay, most of you talk with hundreds of people a year that are moving into the area. Okay, so maybe it's a CPA that you have that are you taking new clients? Because I'm talking to people all the time, and they're going to be asking me for recommendations for CPAs, for for insurance agents, for financial planners, all of those different kinds of things that estate planners, lawyers, those kinds of things that people need to know. And so you can, hey, who can I connect you with? Are you taking new clients? Is there a need that you have, in your business that I might know somebody that can help you with that? So again, that's, building your network. So if we find a need and fix it, we can connect them with somebody. You can just build that relationship. You can also host events, whether it's live or virtual, once a quarter for these people. Okay, and maybe some kind of a seminar. You get someone that wants to talk about, maybe your estate planner. Hey, I'd like to invite you to a seminar where we're going to hear about the importance of having the right kind of plan for your estate. Or maybe it's a financial planner. Hey, let's I want you to come to a seminar so we can learn about different strategies for 2021. Do we expect the stock market to do in 2021 what it did in 2020? I don't know, but there are people that have a pretty good idea on those kinds of things, and they can share strategies and options and theories on those kinds of things. So you can do that. Or if lenders that have a big room where you could do a happy hour for them, right? You could, we could talk, and we could host one of your VIP happy hours over here, and for very, just whatever it costs to get get some drinks and get a little bit of appetizers or whatever, you could host a VIP event and connect with them. And so VIPs, very important. Current clients is your next big group, right? It's low-hanging fruit. All right, just throw this out there. What is the biggest complaint that you hear about lenders? And be honest, even though you're here. Poor communication. Okay. Would you believe that that's a big complaint that people have about realtors as well? It's like, oh, I never hear from them. They put a sign in my yard, and I never heard from them again, until it was time to relist, which, if they're relisting in this market, there's something wrong, right? But, it's a great opportunity to connect with them, and, to make sure that I'm communicating with you so that I'm taking really good care of you, so that you'll refer your friends and family over to me, because referrals from VIPs convert at about 100%. Referrals from current clients convert about 100%. And it all has to do with trust, right? Because if someone who trusts you, if I trust Martin, and Martin trusts Lisa, and Martin refers me over to Lisa, then the trust I have for Lisa or for Martin is transferred over there, that triangle of trust. Same thing, right? So that's why they convert at such a high level. And people are nervous, right? When it comes to buying a house, selling a house, getting a mortgage, I think that's probably one thing that holds people up from, they maybe know that they need to sell, they know that they need to buy, and all these things, but they just, they're a little scared because they don't know somebody. It's a big decision. What if I do something wrong? And, if someone that in their life is saying, oh, I felt the same way, but then, I met with Jose, and it was a great experience, and I was all nervous, but walked me through everything, and I didn't die. And you ought to talk with Jose, right? They're not going to go anywhere else. So current clients are a great source that we sometimes miss, and the reason is, we need to realize a couple things. One, there's a reticular activator, which is the technical name for that part in your brain that tends to pick up on things that you're engaged with. So, for example, you buy a new car, and all of a sudden you see that new car everywhere. I mean, you never noticed that car before, but you get it, and all of a sudden, man, everybody has the 76 Pinto, just like me. No, I'm just kidding. But everybody has this type of car. I mean, I don't know that you could see that many Pintos out there today, but hopefully not. But there's a part of your brain that when when something is going on in your life, you notice that. Same thing when people are buying a house or when they're selling a house. All of a sudden, they're super in tune with anybody having making any mention about something with housing, like, man, I'm tired of paying rent. I'm just throwing money away, or hey, I've been working at home, and doing business from the kitchen table is not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Hey, having all my meetings just wearing shorts, that's great, but doing all my work at the kitchen table is not so great. So hey, well, if you're looking to get a bigger house, you're looking to get a different house that maybe has a home office, talk to the person that I'm using right now, and they're going to take really good care of you. Okay, and then the other thing is on our end is to help them with that, right? So that NeuroLinguistic programming, when we need to get in the mindset of when we hear certain things, we say certain things. Okay, so if you're keeping up with your clients, and hey, just letting you know, the appraisal came in, value was fine, or the inspection came in, very minor things, we'll talk about it, but this isn't going to hold anything up. Hey, I just heard from your lender that you've got underwriting approval. They just need a few more docs, and we'll be ready to close. And they're usually going to be pretty excited, right? I mean, for us, when we're in the business, it's easy to not get excited because I've seen 150 CDs in the last year. You've seen all these purchase contracts. But they are seeing one. Because they may be buy or sell houses 5 to 7 times in their lifetime. And some of you are doing that, month after month after month, right? So when they're excited, hey, the appraisal came in and value is fine, no repairs, we're on track for our closing. Man, that's great. Yeah, we really appreciate the opportunity to work with you. Who are the next 2 people that that need to have a conversation about real estate? Okay, and then pause, right? Let them say something. And if they're hemming and hawing, maybe ask, well, hey, who do you know that has just had a baby, or maybe is going to have a baby, right? Or who do you know that is probably going to be working from home indefinitely? Who do you know that maybe got that big promotion at work? Or who do you know that that maybe they're looking to retire and they're looking to downsize from their bigger house to a smaller house? You can give them those kind of, yeah, actually, now that you think about it, there's this one person that I know, or my aunt who needs to sell her house. Okay, so it's just recognizing that they're in tune with that, and then training ourselves to, anytime we hear something positive, ask for the referral on that. And so we will be giving you a stack of papers when you leave. I didn't want to pass it out right now because you're eating, and I'll say you'd be flipping through it. But there's a paper talks about how to double your business for free. Okay, and if you're really working these current clients and you're intentionally asking them for referrals, and you're conditioning them, if you have a team, that my team members can ask you for referrals, then if every client that you're working with, if they give you another client, obviously you just doubled your business for a lot cheaper than buying leads online or anything like that. And again, those convert at 90 to 100%, because again, people that that they trust are giving and getting them in contact with you. Okay, and so what we do in our program is every Tuesday we're calling these people. Okay, so maybe I'm calling one off when we just got the appraisal in, but maybe I get the appraisal in on Monday. Call them Tuesday. Hey, just letting you, did you see your appraisal? Or do you hey, look, the lender called, the appraisal's in, value's fine, no repairs. He says that we're on track to close. And so you give them all the information. You thank them for whatever good thing that they say about you. And then, hey, do you know who are the next two people that you know? And get very specific on that, right? Because I can get kind of lazy sometimes, say, hey, do you know anybody? And then the answer is, well, no, not really, but who are the next two people that you know, or who is someone that you know that I should be talking with about real estate? And maybe it's someone that maybe they're not even ready right now. Maybe they just found out that they're going to have a baby, or maybe they just found out that their jobs and responsibilities have changed or something like that, and they're not really ready to move right now. But I would love to have a conversation with them, because as a realtor, you'd like to get some advance notice, so you can maybe walk through their house and say, hey, here's some things that I would think about doing before you list. For us as a lender, we like to talk with people, even if they're 6 months out, because then we can look at the credit and be like, hey, here's something that you need to deal with, or here's where we think your purchase price is, but if you do X, Y, and Z, we can get your purchase price up higher. Okay, and for the cost of just a few points, it's well worth it, right? And then there's another ask that you can say is like, hey, in a couple weeks, we're going to be closing in a couple weeks. When we close, I'm going to be unemployed, and so what I'm asking you for a favor. Who else do you know that I can talk to about buying or selling real estate? Because nobody wants you to be unemployed, right? So they'll help you out. Can I ask a favor? A lot of these scripts are on what we'll be sharing with you here later. But yeah, so program your clients to give referrals, right? So in that initial consultation, find out what's important to them about buying or selling real estate, and really dig down. Okay, you might have to ask why 2 or 3 times to get to the real reason why they want to buy right now, or they want to sell right now. But when you dig down and you get to the ultimate reason, then you can turn around like, hey, I want to take really good care of you. If I do this, this, and this, based on what you're telling me is really important, and I take care of you at a high level, could you help me find 2 or 3 other people that need to buy or sell real estate? Okay, because now it's an obligation, right? It's like, if I do this for you, can you do this for me? Well, sure, because I want this, and that doesn't seem all that hard, right? So so you program your clients to give referrals, program yourself and your team to ask for referrals. Again, anytime that you hear something positive, just train yourself to be like, hey, so happy to hear that, very excited for you. Maybe it's a buyer and the appraisal came in above the purchase price. Hey, you've got $10,000 in equity in your house right now. Is that pretty exciting? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's really exciting. It's a crazy market. And I really appreciate the opportunity to work with you. Who are 2 other people that that need to have a conversation about real estate? Who might benefit from taking advantage of this market? And values are not going to go down. Okay, I know a lot of people are concerned that especially media and things, that there's going to be another big foreclosure crisis like there was in 2008. And we know the answer, right? It's like 2008. Most people had no equity in their house or negative equity in their house. Now the average house has 40% equity. So someone gets into hard times and they can't make their mortgage payment. Now they can sell. Instead of giving that equity back to the bank, they can take that equity and restart. Okay. And there's back in 2008, because there was all those problems, there were so many houses and not that many people that were qualified to buy them anymore. Now we have the exact opposite. We have too few houses for all the people that are legitimately qualified, willing, and able to buy houses, and the builders can't even keep up. So so again, just encourage people that this is a great time. You might be thinking, well, housing prices keep going up, 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 up. Yeah, and they're going to continue because again, it's supply and demand. They can only build so many houses, and there's so many people right now that need to buy that can't. And then past clients, so 3 great groups, right? Your VIPs, your current clients, and then your past clients, right? And they're a great source of referrals because they already know you and like you. They've been through a transaction. They survived, right? They didn't die. They sold their house. They bought a house. They even sold and closed on the same day, right? And and they don't even know all of the things that go in behind the scenes. Which is why we sometimes have happy hours, because we do know what goes in behind the scenes. And sometimes just like, we didn't die. That was a good thing. But they know you, that they like you. All right. And again, you can make a list of your favorite past clients, the people that you really enjoy. Don't make a list of people that you hated doing business with. Okay. And I know that you always say, oh, I just love all my clients. It's like, no. You probably love like 95% of your clients. There is that 5% that you're like, I'm so happy you got your house, and move on, right? But the other thing is, the reason why you want to build a list of people that you really enjoy doing business with is that people tend to spend time with people that are like them. Okay, so if you're in great relationships with people that you've helped buy or sell houses and that you really like, chances are they're friends with people that you would really like too. You just don't know them yet. Okay. And so you want to build a business that is fun. So you work with people that, that know you and like you, that and like, and really all of these things could be like their own lunch and learn, actually. And so we'll do some of that. How, what are some, go deep on building your VIP list, going deep on how to take care of your current clients for referrals, going really deep on what things you can do with your past clients to really engage them. But this is another one. You could do client events, maybe every 6 months or every quarter, do some kind of a client event. I know that there is an orthodontist in the area that before COVID would rent out the Orchard one night. She would rent out the water park one night, and all of her clients and past clients would come and hang out. I have no idea what that cost, but she had an awful lot of clients and past clients, right? So whatever it cost to do that, obviously she was making it up in braces, right? So taking silver and making it gold, apparently. So yeah, so again, kind of the Ford script, family, occupation, and recreation team. How's the family doing? How is Susie's going to college next year? What colleges is she looking at? If you have a CRM, I'd recommend it. You can keep notes on these people, and then every time you follow up with them, you're continuing the dialogue. And again, if you have 50 of them and you call them 12 to 13 a week, you're touching base with everybody once a month. And one of the things that we'll send home with you is a mapped out sales plan. Okay. And basically what the gist of it is, we do 3 things, right? We talk to people on the phone, we meet with people face to face, and we mail out to people. Okay. And so it gives you a plan of what to do. And a lot of times, we also do like video emails and things like that. So you can it's cheaper to send a video email than it is to send a snail mail. But if you send a snail mail, at least every other month or once a quarter, you're going to update your database, right? Because if you're sending them to if it comes back for some reason, then you know that things have changed. But it goes through who do you call on Monday, who do you call on Tuesday, who do you call on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And an hour a day of just calling people and checking in can literally transform your business and make you just a lot of money. Okay, which at the end of the day is what we're none of us are nonprofit organizations, right? We're not doing this. We do enjoy it, but we're not doing it for free. Okay, so the mapped out sales plan is what's going to help you with that. All right, so any questions that you all have about what we discussed here this afternoon? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole, ask and it'll be given to you, seeking you find. Knocking, the door will be open. Because yeah, if we don't ask for what we want, they're just not generally going to think about it. Cool. All right. See if there's any chat at home.
No, I'm good.
Oh, wow, you're coming through the speakers, Chris. So it's like, is that God?
This is your God.
Y'all are screwing up a lot. Cool. All right. Well, thank you all so much for attending. We really believe in realtors. We're really believe in real estate. One of the three ways that the people in America get wealthy. One of the three hedges against inflation is real estate. So I don't know really anything about art. I don't really like precious metals, so real estate is where it is to me. So appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing here today. And feel free to hang out, tour the office, and yeah, looking forward to helping you with your clients as we move along. All right, thanks.